or so you think, so far, captured and had surrender the remaining survivors of this band of whatever they are who were raiding the Don's warehouse. And the dwarf's like, okay, okay, I give up. And the warlock has her hands up and she's like, this is ridiculous. I don't uh why are you here? Who sent you? We've done nothing wrong. Please don't hurt us.
Well, to be honest, we're doing this only to get information that we need. This is just a favor we're doing.
What
So
information do you need? Maybe I can tell you.
I don't think you can, because it is specifically information that would only be known to the person we're doing the favor for. Do you know who owns this warehouse? Who's in charge of it?
This is Imperial Warehouse. Yes, fine. We
No,
were robbing Imperial Warehouse.
it's not Imperial.
It's not.
No.
Who owns this?
I'll give you a hint. It's somebody you don't want to fuck with. Even I don't want to fuck with him.
I mean,
It's
that's
a crime.
subjective, honestly. You don't know who I am.
What was his name again? Admiral? Out of character. I forget his name.
Don Zambini.
I'll give you a hint. His name starts with a Z.
No.
That
His last name starts with Z.
Well, his last name.
There's plenty of people whose last names start with a
It's
Z.
Zambini.
Good God!
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not gonna hand you over to him, cause who knows what the fuck he'll do to you.
Thank you.
If you inform, or is there anybody else inside? First of
all, make a.
Be honest with me, because if you lie, I will hand you over to him.
Let's see. Are you trying to intimidate or persuade?
Intimidate.
Okay, then yeah. You roll either one, yeah. Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, yes. It's just us left. These simpletons, and clearly, when we were informed about this warehouse, we were lied to. But yes, I gladly do whatever you want with this. I'll even let you. We found a hidden door in there as we were trying to get in, but.
Well, lead the way then.
Oh, jeez.
Yay, a door.
I'm gonna hold her shoulder, let her guide the way, but keep the retracted blade thing pressed against her back. Just don't try anything.
Okay.
Wait, did we loot the guys first?
Yeah, we'll do it after we're done.
I mean, they're dead, laying on the ground.
You want to tie up the dwarf?
Why?
Don't want him to cause any trouble while we're dealing with this.
They already surrendered.
We'll let him. We'll just let him go after we're done. Who knows what he might do?
No.
No, you don't want to tie him up?
He surrendered. It's whatever. If you want to tie him up, you can go for it, but I'm not going to do that.
Ask the dwarf real quick. Out of curiosity, how much was she promising to pay you? And do you think it's worth causing trouble, considering, the situation now?
Hold on, I'm dealing with something. I'll be right back.
Okay. I wonder what kind of door the secret door is. What do you think? Hello?
He'll be right back.
No, it's you two.
What'd you say?
Okay, I'm back.
Yep, tie.
What were you asking? The dwarf?
Micken.
Someone asked something the dwarf something when I
Megan
left.
asked how much the dwarf was being promised to be paid.
Oh,
And is it worth causing trouble for the rest of this?
yeah, I'm good, man. You killed the fuck out of these guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything.
To be honest, if you just left and didn't say anything, we couldn't point you out to the Dawn. So
Deal. And
I
he
think
John
you're better off
he
just
starts
leaving.
booking it.
Bye.
Danny, you try to stop him.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. You coward! She yells after him.
Hey, you'll be free too after you show us this door.
That's what many people say. I've worked with some terrible people. I have trust issues.
To be honest, if I could, I would get rid of the dog. But
But
There's a dog.
I can't because I don't have the power to.
She's laughing at that. It's not. It's hilarious. Okay, yeah. She starts leading you in.
I'm gonna reveal it.
open sesame.
At this point, as she's walking in, you all, she rolled really bad, notice her start moving her hands and whispering something under her breath.
Hey, stop with the bullshit.
But
I'm gonna say, do not. You better stop, or I will press this button, and you will be skewered.
what button?
I am
Oh,
very-
yeah, that.
Yeah.
I'm holding her by her shoulder and have it pressed against her back.
I don't even know what that is.
I hold it off to the side, press it for a second, so it
Ah,
extends.
Yeah, she's
And then-
she moves over to oh, is this all hidden to you?
Yes.
We can't see it. That's why I said, can
Yeah,
you
we
reveal
said
it?
reveal it.
I'm an idiot. Sorry. Whoop. See,
Thank you.
You can see that.
Where'd she go?
A door.
She's right here. Yeah.
Where?
These are some big tables.
Yep, you see a door, heavy padlock on it.
Question:
Yes, we've been trying to open this for several
Do you
hours.
know the spell knock?
No.
Darn it! That would make it so
would've
much
been-
easier.
Yeah. Warlock, not a wizard.
Hmm.
Probably
I'm
would've
gonna
picked
lift.
the
I'm gonna say, can one of you? Here, I'm gonna see if I can position the padlock in a way where I could just, like use my sword to heat it up and see if it is able to heat it up to weaken it.
Or dumb idea.
Hmm?
Pulls out grab hammer.
No, let me do this first before you do it because it'll weaken it.
Hmm?
I'm gonna heat it up with the
Okay.
sun sword.
Make a intelligence or arcana check.
Where's Arcana? Arcana is just intelligence.
So is it locked or is this closed?
Yeah, you hold the yeah, it's locked. Big heavy padlock on it.
I asked the, what is she, a witch?
Warlock.
I asked her, so who, was this your idea to rob the place? Or were you being put up to this?
We we were informed that there was. Well, I was informed that there was valuable things here that someone might like.
And hey,
And
to be
who might
honest,
that be?
I would have been fine with you getting away with it if we didn't have to deal if it wasn't for us needing to do
Your
you in
passive
favor.
is really high. She's being evasive.
I
when
don't
you
care.
ask questions.
She's robbing the dog. I am happy with that.
Okay.
In my book, he's getting what he deserves.
Okay.
Alright.
And I'm being very
Uh,
I'm just like, well, I can't let you keep it. I'm doing this just because I'm curious what he has down here.
Alright, I say to her, alright, spill it. Who is it that told you about all this? And I'm saying that with intimidation.
intimidation?
Roll an intimidation check then.
Nat 20!
She's like, well, you see, it's
Spill it.
I I can't tell you. I can't.
Can't or
Magic?
won't?
Or
No, I
shouldn't.
can't.
Magic?
She,
Is it 'cause
she
of
looks at
magic?
you and she doesn't
Yeah,
move her head.
yeah.
She's like,
She cannot tell us because magic.
Oh, look.
Okay.
You can't say it, but are you able to write it?
are you trying to force her to do this?
I'm just
No,
asking a simple
don't make her.
Uh,
I'm
she-
gonna look at her and
she-
tell her,
she
you
can't.
don't have
Her-
to do
her-
it.
She
If it
sweat's
will
pouring
harm
down her
you,
head. Yeah,
if it will harm you, don't do
I'll take
it.
that as a no, you can't either.
yeah.
To
She's
be honest, I feel like the person that told you this, wanted you to do this, he knew who owned this warehouse.
Mm,
So you can't tell us their name, but can you tell us like about them? Like, were they one of the demon things, whatever? Or what were we hunting?
Keep your,
mm.
you know what?
So can you? So you can tell us what you can't, what is not. You can tell us information that isn't true.
I have not been hired by anyone from this plane of existence.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. She could tell us stuff that isn't true. So just
When
Yeah.
she says that, you see a little bit of smoke come off like the back of her neck.
shit. Are they
You specifically.
from a good plane or a bad plane?
Mm,
You know what?
That way we just
Okay,
leave the
are
person
they
alone
from
and
the
try
good
to
plane?
close the door.
Are they're from the
Hey,
good plane,
hey,
right?
hey,
I
hey,
wink.
eh.
sh-
They're from the
Let's
good
just-
plane, right? I wink.
she's not. She's clamming up at this point.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's
That's what
getting
I was saying,
too
I
let's
think
keep
deep.
our
she's
mouth
working with
shut.
the devil.
When you say that, she visibly
Shut
yeah,
up, you're
shrinks
triggering
back a
whatever's
bit.
keeping her.
And I look at her and say, if you're working for a devil, I'm not letting you go. And you don't have to worry about the dawn. Because I'm the one who's going to make
She
you.
bolts back into the corner and tries to squeeze. I can't. Wow, I can't. What?
I say to Matt's character, hey, we still need her. Keep your mouth shut. Let's not
She
try and get her fried.
She is no longer quietly saying words. She's running back. Roll initiative.
Okay, then I try and restrain her before she bolts.
Roll initiative first, then we'll see.
My character does not like people working with devils.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can grab her before she gets away, but she's gonna keep trying to do stuff. She's like, unhand me.
My character's also not going to kill her.
What the hell?
He's gonna turn her over to the proper people because he wants her punished.
That is an
Wow,
incorrect
that
number.
glitched all the hell. Hold on, I'll do that again.
Hmm?
Something bugged out on mine.
You got
Yeah, you-
3.
No, Dave, a weird notice saying it didn't add it on my thing.
It's because I didn't have the turn order open, like an idiot. You got a 20. Nat 20 plus. Oh
What?
no, that was your intimidation. I'm a dumbass. Where's
He
your
got a 3.
Just give
He
me
got
a
a nat
3.
1.
3?
I got a 4.
3.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So Monkey, you see her turn and start to bolt for the corner to try to slip through some crates. While she starts muttering under her breath and making hand symbols. But you get the drop on her. What do you do?
Restrain her. Restrain her hands. Don't let her do.
Move. Or, worst case? Yeah, just restrain her hands. Tie them up. Do something.
Sure, however that works.
I want her arrested. We're not letting her go.
What happened to... Is,
They're trying to cause trouble.
Dumb
We'll
question. Where
restrain
did
them now, I
Barbara go?
guess.
You're restraining her.
Yeah.
Make a.
what are they, strength?
Are you doing pure strength? Or are you trying to like quickly like dexterously grab her arms and hold her.
But
Are you going to
Mhm.
do strength or dex?
Yeah, strength or dex. Roll one of the other checks. One or the other.
probably
Whichever
Dex,
one's
but whatever.
better. Monkey.
Yep, she slips away. She slips out of your hands.
Where's Monkey on the map? Because I don't see them.
Below you.
Oh, you didn't reveal it.
Huh?
Where's she at? Because I don't see her.
She's
She's right here.
Oh,
here.
I had my token clicked and the circle was blocking her. I'm dumb.
It's not your turn.
Nope.
It is in fact her turn, and she is going to.
Monkey could have tried to knock her out.
Yeah, she's going to move away from you.
Did she use disengage?
No.
Monkey, knock her out.
Knocked her ass out.
Is there a way to do that, like, not lethally or something?
Yeah, just state non-lethal damage.
As long as it's bludgeoning damage, that's all that matters for non-lethal stuff.
Okay. Oh, no, that's the wrong one.
Technically, that
Didn't
will
matter.
work either way.
No, but the first one was with the fire charge. I don't want to use that.
But I just meant like the roll didn't matter. You succeeded on both. Unless she somehow has a 20, a higher than 20 armor class.
Ah, there it is. I couldn't find her. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that both of those hit her. If you want to roll damage, actually, you don't need to. She's unconscious. She's damaged from the fight. Yeah, she is fully unconscious.
Good night.
Go restrain, like go tie up her hands.
Do we all have rope?
So she would have bolted and then right into those cabinets right there. These are
Well, I was going to let her go, but now that there's a good chance that she's working with devils, I'm turning her over.
Right, but we're done.
Not to the dawn,
one
but to
thing. Yeah.
What?
Real quick.
Yes.
While she's unconscious, I said it to the party. If she's able to cast spells verbally and with hand signs, we might want to make sure she's not able to talk.
Is it tie up and gag her and stuff, whatever?
Pretty much.
Well, to be honest, I'm not going to gag her until she wakes up, just because I feel like that's weird.
Okay.
Dude, better safe than sorry to cheat to wake up and test, hey, set the rope on fire.
Also,
Well,
what kind
some
of
word.
spell is just verbal?
I
Command.
don't know.
Is command verbal only?
I believe so.
Holy.
It's a word.
Also, if half her spells need just her to move her fingers,
Oh,
that's one thing.
can I search her to see if she has a spell focus?
Yeah.
Arcana.
Researcher, make a investigation check.
And Molly does that, I'll roll an Arcana to make sure it is actually the
13.
focus.
Yeah, command is just the word. 13.
Mhm.
You don't find a focus or a spell book. You find a coin pouch, a dagger.
Damn.
A standard dagger looks like it has poison reservoir in its scabbard. You can add a poisoned dagger with 2 uses of poison to it. Basic 1d4 poison. And
pretty much anything that could be useful to her, I'm going to remove.
The coin bag has 20 gold in it. And a pouch of some kind of black powder.
Is there another pouch I can put that in? Like, not like pour the powder into another pouch, but put that pouch in another pouch just because I don't trust it.
Sure. Like if you have like a pouch on your belt or something.
Just
All
in
right.
case, because I don't know what this stuff is.
What do we have to, What items do we have to like bind her with? Like, I have a rope. Anything else we have?
Well, you're in a warehouse.
I'm gonna look over at the while they do that. I'm gonna go to the trap door. Do the hinges look like they could be like are the hinges on the outside or on the inside?
Outside.
Can I pop the hinges?
Make a. What are you using?
Like you know the pin on a hinge?
Yeah, the nails.
Knock the hinge pin out.
Oh, the pin. Yeah. Yeah. How?
Find a point. Like take something that's a pointy piece of metal. Even that dagger will work. And just
Ding,
hammer
ding,
Make
on.
a. Either a strength or a sleight of hand. You brute force it or
Finesse.
be smart about it. Or neither of those good for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do sleight of hand.
No. You try to like get the flat of a blade underneath the top of the pin to like force it out with like a hammer, and that just
It
chips
just
the
snaps
cheap
the blade,
Yeah.
edge of the blade.
So yeah, the dagger's
Should have saw that coming.
busted now. The scabbard's still. You could find if you kind of find another dagger that fits in there, you still have the poison dagger.
It's just a.
When in doubt,
Yep.
when in doubt, crush
Wait,
it.
is it a wooden? Is this thing wooden?
God damn
Question:
it.
Is it wooden?
So
Is the trapdoor wooden?
trapdoor is wooden.
So is the entire rest of the floor.
Yeah, the wood on the floors looks to be like foot thick, solid, hardwood beams.
Mhm.
The trapdoor is slightly thinner, but that's a really quality wood. The lock is you bring that hammer down on the lock,
I remember I was
and
started heating it up.
glows. The lock bangs around, but it glows with a purple light.
Well, shit, it's enchanted. Hey,
So
what
roll
are you good with?
Arcana.
Good at this?
You
God
can roll
damn.
Arcana.
I'm doing shit apparently.
Yeah, that's a magic lock. That
Are
lock
any of you
is
handy?
magic.
I feel like the weakest link on this trapdoor is its hinges.
Yeah, but if it's enchanted closed, what's the point?
Well, the lock's enchanted, not the door.
You know what, I'll see if I can undo the hinges.
Nope.
God damn.
Can we smash the hinges?
There you go, monkey.
Thank you, monkey. God damn.
Even with disadvantage because you're the third person trying, you get it. Yeah, you find a loose nail sitting around, and a long like masonry nail, and you line it up perfectly, and then you get Scaly to line his hammer up like a golf club and knock the pins out one at a time. The lock might have been magical, but the hinges weren't. Security.
Now you just lift it up using the lock as the hinge.
Pretty much, yeah. That opens up. Yeah, it's open.
I'm gonna bring her with us just in case.
Okay. Yeah, she's fully unconscious.
Is it like a
rolling a
basement thing, or like how? What is it like?
Big bump on her head. It's a long stone tunnel that turns into a cave. Like
Well,
100
let's
feet
go
down.
in.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's dark. It's getting darker.
lied.
Does
Lord.
anybody have dark vision?
I am 99% sure I do. Yes, I do.
I am
Okay, yeah.
vampire. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do have dark. You're a vampire.
You're not vampire, but you're close enough.
No, I said that's why I said vampire.
Oh yeah.
Vampire. Okay.
I do not actually. So
Yep.
should I just stay up top, or should I go
No,
wait?
you can come down.
I can give you dark vision. I
Just-
think.
Just hold on to one of us, and if we need light, we'll light it up. I can cast daylight if I need to, but I feel like that would be bad for you. Here, I'll just cast light on somebody. Who's the one who doesn't have dark vision?
Micken.
Me.
I'm gonna
Really?
touch Micken's
Really?
helmet and cast light on it.
And how's Boltar doing? I want to see if he's
Revolver?
awake. You awake, Revolver?
Nope.
He's muted, but
muted.
yeah, he's awake. He's just
Okay.
muted. Boltar, I'm pretty sure has dark vision because he's a
Yeah,
changeling.
if you want to, if you got to be quiet but you want to do anything, just remember to type it in the chat, I'll pay
Mhm.
attention and try to pay attention, and
Yeah.
I'll bring it up if.
Mhm.
All right.
Um,
So we're following the tunnel.
yeah. So you go down the tunnel and you keep walking down the stairs. Stairs turn into dirt. The walls turn into rough stone. Natural cave. It's a long.
I'm gonna be careful for traps.
Okay, make a. Your passive perception's 15, I believe.
But if I'm actively watching out for traps, it'd
Actively,
be active perception.
roll a perception check. Yeah. Unless you're going very slow and want to make it an investigation.
I'm not
you're
going
going-
that slow. I'm just going cautious, like
Okay,
walking
then-
slow.
Perception. Oh, that was your perception. The 9. Yeah. You don't see anything.
I'm gonna still mention just be careful of traps while
Yeah,
I'm watching. So
None of you see anything.
monkey doesn't see anything.
Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't
Either
seem
it's
there's any
really
traps
good,
down
well
here.
hidden traps, or there's no traps.
And you keep
We
walking.
can't see if there's another map.
There isn't. I didn't prep one for this. I forgot. It's fine. And after about 20 minutes of walking at a regular pace, the cave starts to open up, and you see a massive pond, a lake, and there's an island in the center of it, and a little boat.
There's an entire underground lake.
This
or-
is
or
also in the
outside?
cave, or is this outside?
This is underground in the cave. Yeah.
Wow.
You seem to have found your way to a higher portion of the Underdark.
Well, this must be a smuggling tunnel.
Hmm.
That's a joke, by the way.
You see some lights on the island, but it looks small enough that you can tell it's uninhabited.
Well, let's
And
go
there's,
see.
there's a shack on it.
Let's go check this out. This looks interesting.
Maybe we'll find an axe on that island.
I'm gonna get in the boat and
Okay.
How many people
Yeah,
can
the
the
boat-
boat fit?
The boat could. It's a big rowboat, like a cruise liner lifeboat, big.
so it's multiple person rowboat.
Yeah, you
So
could
they
fit,
like you need
15,
more than
20
one
people
person
in there.
rowing.
Yeah.
I'll row this side. Why don't you get the other side?
But you don't need to row because at the front you see a rope through a loop that's tied to one
Oh,
end of the
it's
shore.
one of those ferry boats.
Yep.
Ooh, this is
It's
cool.
It's partially submerged, but it seems to be woven with some metal wires along in the rope to keep it from
Why do the
falling
Fae
apart in
need
the water.
boats? They have wings.
You're assuming this is Fae.
You said it's
It's
a ferry
under-
boat.
Oh,
No, ferry as in like a
Monty.
ferry that brings people
Monty,
across
you're
the.
an idiot.
God,
God, Monty, you're an idiot.
oh, that's hilarious. No, like a fair, like a
As in escorting somewhere, right?
yeah,
A
a
boat
ferry
that
across
takes
the
people
water.
across the river.
Yeah, ferry boat. Ferry.
Ferry, not
Yeah,
Fee.
So yeah, you guys start pulling on the rope, and you get across the water, and this small island with a shack in it, unassuming.
Sure.
Knock on the door and say, "Anybody home?"
Do you do this?
No,
Why not?
because I feel like that's a bad idea. Because we're currently trespassing.
Just knock on the door.
Can I look
I'll
around the
knock.
shack to see if there's any like windows or anything that I could look in?
There are no windows.
Any
And-
cracks in the boards?
There's cracks, but it looks very dark. Like
Even with
impossibly
dark vision?
I have dark vision.
Well, kicks the door. I'm gonna kick the door open.
Okay. You kick the door open, and you see a massive warehouse. Like you can't see the end of it. Massive.
I'm gonna go back out and look around the side of the building. And be like,
That doesn't fit in there. That's not how that works. Nope. It's not.
Well,
something
this is
buttons.
cool. I'm gonna look inside the warehouse, see if there's any like what kind of stuff is in there.
You see rows and rows and rows of firearms, artillery pieces, tanks, mortars, guns.
Okay,
There,
I'm turning
you're
around
pretty
like
sure you see
I
an
saw
airship
nothing.
in the distance.
Hell yes.
Imagine the
Uh,
fireworks if we set it all off.
Um, can I set it up with a like? Can I rig something so that if if somebody
Yeah.
else comes in here after us that isn't informed about it, it will cause the ammunition to detonate.
you
Please
don't
no.
see any ammunition.
What?
Hmm.
Oh, so
Make
we only
a
see the
make.
guns, not the actual bullets?
Yep.
Make the
Would
what
you
check?
Arcana?
Also, what happens if you put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding?
God damn
It
it.
explodes?
This is not that.
You know what I'm
type.
saying? I'm so glad I didn't have a bag of holding on me because imagine what would happen.
This, I'll let you know. This is not a a permanent portal.
So
door.
it's actually going to a different location.
Yeah.
Can
Uh,
I
Huh.
investigate the side of the building to see if there's any way I can figure out where it's at?
You'd have to walk for a while. This is.
Can I put a hole in the side of
There
the
are
building?
no windows in the inside?
Okay, is it what is the walls made out of inside?
Stone,
Hmm.
shaped stone.
Does anybody have
well,
shape? But that wouldn't work on that.
What would
Does
work?
anybody else want to make an Arcana check?
I'll do it.
Give me a second. There.
Did it work? There it goes.
Ooh.
Nope.
I forget your character's name, Mac, and
Udall.
Desmond, and you all,
I got 2 though.
Boltar, all realize there's no faint glow from any of the enchantment marks on these guns. These guns aren't enchanted yet. It looks like all of them are but in perfect condition.
Can I?
the brand freaking.
Is there anything small as evidence to show?
There's a couple handguns.
Huh?
There's a couple handguns on the shelf to the side.
I'll
There's,
grab one as just show proof.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what we could do. Okay. So how long would you say it would take to see if there's any other ways in?
You're not sure. Let's probably. You ever been in like a really, really huge manufacturing building?
There was one that we had that was near.
It's
yes,
hard.
I've seen them.
It's hard to tell where the end of the building is because there's so much stuff packed in there. Like you can see the ceiling. There's no lights. There's no holes in it. So just endless pillars. Looks like.
Let me think.
Said everybody, let's leave. Before
I think
get
if we leave this here, I feel like we won't be able to. If they find out about it, there won't be any use coming back
Yeah.
through the way we came.
Yeah. Unless we
So,
convince
I want him to get. I want justice against him, and this is a good way to get him.
yeah. Information first.
Well, we can. Well, it doesn't matter if he's in jail. Then they can force him to tell us.
Or he'll keep
That's
his damn mouth shut, and then
Because the second anybody's in
investigation's
prison,
slow.
they immediately start talking.
Well, there is
That's why I
magic
just
that
lay
can force
out.
him to talk.
Zone of Truth does not force you to talk. You
Zone
can-
of truth plus command.
Yeah, you'd have to tell the truth for 6 seconds.
Oh,
If he didn't resist it. That's fucked.
What is?
I'm gonna say no because that breaks a lot of shit in D&D in
Geneva
general.
Convention.
My screen turned off. I haven't touched it in so long.
That's something that they won't even do because it's immoral. Okay.
Okay, just take the one handgun as evidence.
Hmm.
Then we quickly get out of here. Don't let the Don know we cleared the warehouse or cleared the people out. Blah blah blah. Maybe turn her over to him so that he doesn't suspect anything. And then
No, I'm
he'll
gonna
give us
turn her over to
information.
him. She needs
Let me
to.
finish.
To police.
And then you turn over the gun to the police, and that gives them evidence against him.
That won't
So
be
they
enough
all
evidence.
Jeez.
But I will say I'm also not going to turn her over him because she needs to go to proper jail. She needs to. They need to. They have ways to figure out what she did with the devils.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Just I don't care.
I'm playing how my
Edel,
character would play.
Edel is lawful good.
And he also has a very he does not like anybody who works with devils. And but he's not like the kind of person where he would kill them. He will turn them in, even if there's somebody he cares about. Like, it is one of the few things that he will not let stand people doing.
Okay, then I have a question for his character then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the information to avenge what was his name?
Captain Barsamian.
The captain? Do you want that information so we can avenge him?
Well, why does the
You're
Don
right.
want the people? Did Don just
You're
want the people
right.
cleared out?
He wanted us to figure out what was going on and take care of it if we can.
Yeah,
So
we did that.
Yeah. So let me repeat. I thought
let's
you were
okay. Let's retrace our steps. Try to cover out any evidence that we were down here. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because the broken lock is gonna be very.
We didn't break the lock. We popped the hinges, and those can be popped back in.
Oh,
Yeah.
The hinges actually are not hard to fix. You just put the
I
pin
didn't
back
even
in
think
them.
about that. I was prepping to figure out how they would find out you did this.
Where fits the hinges and leave. That was my point.
You guys wanted to search the people before you
No.
left? Someone
Yes.
said?
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Search the people who were robbing the place.
yay!
You find another 200 gold,
Mm-hmm.
split amongst the
So
two
50.
Kenku and the.
But-
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You
So 50 gold
find,
each.
I think, 7 more pouches they would have had by now of that black powder. And looking at it now, you see a couple of these crates, and they're just filled with this black powder.
We
Can
should leave
I
right now.
can I make a Arcana check to see if I can figure out if it's magic at all?
It's not. I just realized what it is.
What gunpowder?
I'm playing as my character.
Yeah,
He doesn't know
roll
what it
Arcana.
is.
Okay, roll it. Sorry.
This is
18.
not magical. This has some. It's not enchanted, but it has some magical properties to it.
Does it I'm gonna see it. Does it smell like anything that I recognize, or is it just
Isn't it like
You
20%
you
sulfur?
you've done time in law enforcement and military, right?
mm-hmm.
This
I
is
was
health
literally
smoke.
I was a higher ranked military. Remember?
This is hell smoke. This is drugs.
Oh,
You pack this in a pipe and smoke it.
Illegal or legal?
Illegal.
then what?
I'm gonna
It causes you would roll a medicine a medicine or religion
I've worked
check.
with the guards, so I feel like I would know some of the effects, but not like the
the
details.
DC is going to be low for you.
Yeah. 17.
Yeah. The effects is it causes you to immediately start feeling more powerful, more important, like you're just fucking fantastic, like no one else knows. You are a god on earth. Like all these scum around you can suck it. You're
So
the
meth.
best. more it increases arrogance and self-importance,
So it's pride in a drug form.
pretty much.
It's the sin of pride as in a drug
Yes.
form.
Who would want this
You
stuff?
people with low self-esteem. It also can give you some hellish abilities. You've seen people that have done it. Like in our world, people on PCP, like they
They
take
do
like
things that shouldn't be
15
humanly
shotgun
possible.
shells and they're still running. Imagine
It
that
does
times
it,
10.
it may help you sort of do stuff that you can't do, but it also
Yep.
that is not going to be good on your body afterwards.
So some people will temporarily grow wings, bat wings. Some people get the ability to cast certain hellish cantrips like hellish rebuke or
You
I'm
said
going to
there were 7
also
of these.
pocket that and turn it over as evidence too.
okay.
But
one.
question: on the way back to the city, is there any like outpost for the royal guard, like royal guard, the royal military?
Every 5 miles.
I'm gonna stop
This close
what
to the
there
city, yeah.
and have them send a sealed message ahead.
What does the message say?
Can I like slip hand to take one of the?
Can
pigs?
Sure.
I don't think my character would pay attention to that. So,
You notice though, still.
I'm gonna tell him I would not fuck with that stuff. It will fuck with you back
You
much
also
worse.
know that the longer you use it, the more permanent side effects become.
No, thank you.
You start. It's.
I'm gonna hold
corruption.
out my hand and say, "Give me it."
Hellish
Aw.
corruption starts.
I'm looking at you like a disappointed father.
Fine, you can have it back. Whatever.
So,
You know what? Before we leave, and then-
question: is there any code phrases that I would know of that I could use that I don't would I know of anything that I could say that would put out a flag or something for somebody to meet us before we reach the city? Somebody trusted.
Yeah. I'm not gonna come up with anything specific, but yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
You have your
And
contacts.
before we leave,
Yes.
I'm gonna look around the warehouse right here where we are.
Alright.
See what I can find that might also be either useful or incriminating for the other guy.
You find several poison vials. You find some.
What was over here?
Those crates over there, the open ones that
We
are
can't see it.
black. Oh shit!
Yeah, you
I'm
had
a
all
dumbass.
of that blacked out.
I keep forgetting to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, so those black ones that has the black powder in it up in that corner. You open the ones.
Oh, all
down,
the fucking drugs.
you open the ones down in the bottom. You find shoved into 3 of them the bodies of 6 guards. Not city guards. Looks like some of Don's enforcers. Looks like the warlock. Which what have you done with her?
She's right here.
I'm
She's still tied
I'm
up.
keeping her beside me, like making sure she doesn't. If she wakes up, I'll know.
Yeah, no, she's still unconscious. I rolled maximum time for unconsciousness, so you're good.
Wow.
Well, when an NPC goes unconscious, you roll a d4, and that's how many hours until they wake up. I rolled a 4.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like they killed them, shoved the bodies in here, and then started looting the more valuable stuff. You see in some of the other crates, there's figurines, statues,
Like what? Where?
pieces of art down over here. Pieces of artwork, all wrapped
Stolen?
nicely and stored. You're not sure. His legitimate business, the Don's legitimate business, is he's an art dealer.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What kind of figures?
I
Standard.
really wish
Anime
we
girls,
didn't
I
need
don't
him.
know.
My character says this. I'm just gonna like you can see him gritting his teeth, just like I really wish we didn't need that information. It's hard for him to
Well, you're an elf.
walk away.
You always
from
have
this.
time. That's what I'll say.
What?
Elf. He's gonna live for a really goddamn long time.
No, not an elf. I'm a the what is it
Oh,
called?
Asmar. Yeah, no,
Asimir.
same
Yeah.
thing. Asmir's lived for like 600 years.
I'm already about middle age though.
Yeah,
Live-
so
Yeah, but the Don, you'll still outlive him. So
yeah.
And I will
Yeah,
live
elves-
all of you.
elves live to be about around 500. The Dawn is getting up there,
Mm-hmm.
and Monkey is mortal.
Monkey
Uh,
will be
Boltar.
one of the few people to see me die.
Boltar, changelings in my world, I'm not sure. I'll let Revolver flavor that how he wants. They can be immortal if he wants.
Up,
I
I'll,
feel like changelings
say
would
up
not be
to-
immortal, but they could be similar to like elves. Would make
Yeah.
sense. Because they're not really
Let's
anything.
see.
They're still they're still a normal creature. They're not like vampires and stuff where they normally sustain themselves off of other life force and everything.
But yeah, you find various other bits of. You find large amounts of currency from other nations. Looks to be fake.
I'm also going to
Uh-huh.
take some of that as evidence.
It's mostly for the pirate nations and the mobile city fortress in the desert. Keep forgetting
Well,
what I named
you know
that.
what that could do? That is an easy way to turn some people against him.
yeah.
But hold on. Is it,
I now have a way to put a target on his back from two more powerful nations.
hold on. So but whoever is like lawful good something. What do they
Eat all,
think
yeah.
about stealing from pirates though? Because this stuff is already stolen.
They are their own. So I'm okay stealing from criminals, but I also am not okay
The pirate nation
if it
is
depends
only
on
recognized.
if it's possible to if it's feasible to return what's stolen back to its original owner. I would do that. If there's no way to do it, at least it's being used for the greater good.
So we should
As
keep
long
the
as
pirate
being-
money.
Used to benefits. It's fake. It's not real money. It's quite counterfeit.
But we know that they don't. Maybe they're how good.
If we
how good
get
is it?
caught, you don't want to know what will happen. That's why I'm saying I am going to tell them if we ever encounter somebody there, I'm letting them know who's making a bunch of counterfeit money from a bunch of their counterfeit money. Because that'll put a target on his back.
It's not like it's the mobile fortress city.
Mm-hmm.
Is think Mad Max type
Yeah.
civilization. They got their one leader, and everyone else is just kind of doing their own thing as long as they don't fuck with the big guy.
Yeah.
The guy at the top.
But they'll all
But
band
the
together when the
pirates-
threat comes to
The pirates, they've become more of like an actual nation. They're still
Yes.
fucked up, but they have their own rules.
Yes, but they're also largely considered criminals by the rest of the world. They're the only reason they're allowed to do what they do.
I'm
is because
okay with
they're out of
sticking
the
one
way.
criminal on another.
Alright, what's the doing before Crazy Bitch wakes up?
Well, she's going to wake up before we get back either way.
Yeah, you
Oh.
guys are.
Well, when I've reached the guard outpost, the first outpost, I'm going to turn her over and
it was
inform them that there's
3-day
a high.
trip there and back, and you've
Mhm.
spent, I'd say, 2 hours here
Mm-hmm.
searching that, going the whole way down to that long tunnel down the warehouse across the lake and coming back.
And it's how far to the next hideout? Or to the outpost?
Guard.
Let's see where you guys were.
You said every 5 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are up here were up here in Neverwinter. The warehouse was between right before the Sword Mountains,
Mhm.
on the way to Waterdeep.
Okay. So I'm gonna at the first guard post. I'm gonna send off that message.
Yep.
And
you wanted someone to meet you at the
meet us
outpost.
before
Right.
we reach the city.
you'll get a messenger bird, a smaller
Mhm.
one, not like a hawk or anything. It's like a trained sparrow. Will come with and it just has an outpost number listed on it
Yep.
and the initials of the.
I'll also turn her over at the outpost into their custody and inform them that there's a high chance that
Weren't
she
you
has
gonna
been
weren't you gonna
cohorting.
give her to the Don?
No, I'm
The
not. I'm
information?
giving her to the government so that they can do whatever they do with the devil work, people who work with devils. I was gonna say
Yeah.
devil worshippers, but they're not
Execute them.
really worshiping devils. So
Um,
What is the word?
what's I don't know. She's a warlock of a devil.
but she's made a contract with the devil.
The dealing.
I'm gonna
deal
say there's a
people?
high chance she's made a contract with a devil or somebody
Yeah, you
or
get to
some
the
other
guard post,
infernal.
probably one of the bigger ones close to here.
Mhm.
The ones every 5 miles, it's literally just two guys in a
Oh
in
yeah,
a hide.
I was thinking the first like actual outpost like where they actually have.
There's a small fort south of the Neverwinter War, between the Neverwinter Wood and the
Mhm.
Mere of Dead Men. That it's like 100-man strong fort. They got their own little lockup there, and everything. And you probably stay there for night because it's like a day and a half, 2 days if you go
Yep.
slow, back up to Neverwinter.
So we get a long rest.
Yes, you would
Yay.
have definitely long rested by now.
Wait, what?
And they'll say, what was your rank? Lieutenant?
Me?
I think you were a lieutenant
Let
under the
me.
captain. Or do you have
Would
risen
be
up?
corporal.
I did not write it down, but I was a middle rank of like level, like where I had my own like group of people I was in charge of.
Lieutenant.
Not like a squad leader, but whatever it would be.
Yep.
Maybe corporal, or is that higher?
I don't
Corporal
fucking
is
know.
lower. Corporal is under sergeant.
Does the wand recharge on short rest or long rest?
Long rest.
Long rest.
Okay.
And they'll say, Lieutenant, thank you. We'll send word. You say she's a devil worshiper, a warlock, an infernal warlock.
There's a high chance of it just due to
What
well,
was
the information we gained. She cannot. She is under what my assumption is. She's under contract that she cannot speak of it.
yeah, that's standard for devil contracts.
Yeah.
Second you speak of it, you burst into infernal flame, transform into a mirror, and are sucked through a portal to hell. Yeah, don't break contracts. don't take contracts, but if you do, don't break them.
I don't think I want to take a contract with the devil because those bastards all deserve to be burning more than they already are.
The amount of times you've seen some shit kicker has promised, oh, even if you do get sucked to hell eventually, as long as you do good, you'll start at a higher position. It's a lie. Everyone starts as a winger. I think they'd figure that out by now, but nope. Still idiots in the world.
How do you do
But
good as a devil? What?
The second
No, it's
you
more
manage
information.
to, most of the mirrors are promoted by accidentally creating a first contract after about 1,000 years.
Yep.
It's because they can't speak. It's a whole fucking thing.
It is. I feel like it's not even them doing it. It's somebody making contact with them because they think it's funny.
Yeah. And then you find yourself on the other end, depending on how valuable the soul is. You find yourself on the other end of the bone or a chain devil or something like that. Usually an imp, though.
Okay.
Yep, and you guys rest. You wake up in the morning, head back to Neverwinter, and you get to the
Well,
front.
I was going to meet with the person. Somebody remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're on your way back, and you get to a right on the other side of the river. No, that's Neverwinter split in half on that river. So I'd say 10 miles south of Neverwinter, you see your contact. What did I name him? I had a guy here. I don't have a guy. Let's create a guy, a military contact for you that can be a guy you talk to on occasion.
Jackie Jackson.
Mhm.
Let's say
By the
Jackie.
way, the evidence and everything I'm gonna seal up in something, like tie it into a bag and then use like put a wax seal on the like on it on something, just so if it gets open, you can tell.
Let's call him Jackie Farr. He's espionage specialist who deals with information gathering, and he's anytime you need to drop off information about different people, you meet up with him.
Mm-hmm. So I say this right here is could be very useful in leading
Yeah.
to
Thanks, Aidel.
to getting rid of a very powerful person. Make sure you hand it directly to whatever the guard captain's name was.
I didn't think of a name for the. I have him. I have made a little picture for him and everything. I forgot to actually name him.
Give it directly to the guard captain. Make sure it's in his hands directly. Keep it sealed until it reaches him.
Yeah, man. Just let me know if you need anything else. And he vanishes back into a bush, and you don't see him where he goes.
I feel like he's like a rogue messenger.
Pretty much.
He's somebody who's
he's
is a stealth class, but only to be a really stealthy messenger.
He never looks the same, but he always has a red feather on him somewhere. That's how you know him. He's frequently disguised as like completely different races.
Maybe he's also a changeling.
Maybe you don't know. You've never asked.
I'm not going to because he won't tell me.
Okay, and you guys make it to. You gave him the
Evidence.
gun,
The evidence,
and
gun, the powder,
health-
and
health-
the
health
some
smoke, yeah.
some of the counterfeit currency, not all of it.
Okay.
I'm keeping some of it to turn over to somebody to use them as a kind of like point one criminal at another, get them to fight each other.
Evidence. Gun. Enchant.
And I'm assuming I wrote a short letter just explaining what the
situation.
evidence is
Yeah.
from, and
Yeah, you guys make it to the front gate. You would be out here.
let me check
And you
myself.
see Jill waiting for you.
Who?
Who?
And Jill Fank, his number one, the Don's number one man, his lead enforcer, his main guy.
Right.
Second in
bugbear.
command.
Oh, the guy who runs the tavern.
Show it to you.
No, he's the guy who went and got the coffee.
No, that's Bugbear or something.
Yeah.
The same guy?
Same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're not sure why
Alright.
he's the one who goes to the coffee, but he is. Let me
It's
show you a picture.
hey, why would he trust somebody lower down in the ranks to go get something that he's going to be consuming?
Fair enough.
If you run a tavern, why wouldn't you make your own coffee?
A tavern doesn't necessarily serve good coffee. Got to get it from the good
yeah,
places.
no, they sell pre-made expensive liquors and drinks and stuff. They don't have coffee.
And if they do have coffee, it's that kind that's more burnt than anything.
It's this guy.
Alright.
He looks like he doesn't get enough sleep.
Yeah, and he says, okay, guys need to give me the quick rundown of what happened, and then the Don's out on business right now, so we'll meet up in the square here in the center of town by the fountain, and I'll take you to meet him.
Meet the
So
Don?
can explain- yeah, meet the Don.
Okay.
So explain the whole situation, and then you'll get your
So-
information.
So, well, we came upon the warehouse. People standing guard outside.
Mike and Jim.
No.
No,
No.
not y'all's guys.
The
Some
two
people.
Cancuns or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're no
Probably still
longer with
dead.
us. They are gone.
Yeah, figured.
Before we took them out though, they alerted some of the people inside. They all came running out, and all ended up dead, sadly. But
Okay.
from what we hear, the people who put them onto that job were somehow related to the devils.
That's
From at least the information we could gather from without them breaking their contract and getting sent to the hells.
all right. Well, I'll let the Don know. Thanks.
But the warehouse is cleared out. I will say that I do not agree with y'all distributing that powder.
I certainly don't know what you're talking about,
I
especially
let
not
it-
out in public like this.
Well, I'm not saying what kind. Well, it's yeah.
Drop
Just
it.
so you know, I don't like that.
How many people are like outside the gate though? What?
Yeah, plenty of people do like that though.
And I also
It's
I'm-
crowded, and Gio starts walking away when
Bye.
you're
Bye.
starting to
I
make a
so
scene.
out of character. The reason why I mentioned it is to pretty much show. Yeah, I am obviously not going to just let it slide that they had that there. So,
Um,
yeah,
Are we supposed to be following
it
him?
gives them a little bit less suspicion on me because if I was just letting everything slide, then it would be suspicious.
what was
Because
that monkey?
He's walking away, but we're supposed to be following him. Something.
No, he said meet him at this fountain in 2 hours.
Oh.
let's go to the what's her name's
A secret?
place,
Click.
the secret.
Yeah, you guys start heading there.
Potions, potions.
On
You know
your
what? While
way,
they do that. Yeah.
in the center of the square is a building that was not there 2 days ago.
Where?
What does it look like?
What?
Very colorful, taller than it should be, slightly leaning,
Do I
and
recognize it?
parked on top of some flowers.
Do I
in the
recognize
park.
it?
You do not.
I'm gonna walk up to wait, is there a person is there anybody who looks like they own the building out front?
No, the front door just has a big. It says what did I name it? ZZZ's Wandering Emporium of Useful Items, and
I'm
very
gonna go
very small.
inside.
You can see quotation marks around the word useful.
I'm gonna go
Cool.
inside.
Okay.
You know what? I was gonna say while they're doing that,
Is
I'm
there
running
a
off to
person
the
at the
forest.
counter?
Let
Sorry. Sorry.
yeah. What's up, Macon?
I was trying to pick up my sword and I'll meet up with them.
Yeah, your sword's ready, and the shield is ready too. It's been a week. All that time
Been
traveling
1 week
and
since you looked
figuring
at
stuff
me.
out. Yep.
All right.
Let's do that first because that's quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to the blacksmith. You go to what was his name? I had it
The
written down.
blacksmith's name was Eric, the one that did the
No.
sword.
No, it was I
Craig
found it.
And then
Narcan.
Craig Narcan was the shield. Or was the shield guy the same guy who did both?
Nick Carls is the blacksmith guild leader. That
Oh yeah.
he
Who was
talks
Eric?
like this.
Yeah.
He,
I
he
asked
talks
Craig.
like what's his name? The
A
guy
mix
from Star
of
Trek.
Captain Kirk and
Captain Kirk.
Solid Snake. Yes, Colonel.
But no, I asked Craig, that dwarf we had worked on the shield, if he could take some of the extra material to make the sword.
Yeah, he
and I
gave it
just
to
didn't
you.
wash.
You
Alright.
you had already done all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to Nick and he says, yes, payment was in advance, I believe, or I actually don't remember me
It
personally.
was in advance. We already paid for it.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
we
Well, I know we
Craig
paid
do
ma-
both.
paid half and half.
We did. We
or-
had Craig do both, not Nick, not the other guy.
Nope. We
Yeah.
very specifically had Nick do the sword.
Really?
Yes, I remember the
Now?
whole conversation.
No.
No, I'm
No?
pretty sure it was Craig
Yeah, it was Craig.
because we agreed to give
Ah.
him the remaining myth roll as payment.
Yeah.
You're
We gave
right.
him what was left of the material, and he just went ahead and just.
Sure, I could have sworn you had Nick make something for you.
We
No, I was
I
thinking
said
about-
if I need something made to Nick, that I would have him. I would come to him next time. But that was
Okay.
Vagri who said that. So
I'll take your. I'm being outnumbered here. I'll take your word for it.
Right. Craig asked me if I wanted to pay extra to get it done faster.
Yes, yeah. But you didn't need to because it's already done.
No, I just did a wash of what was left over material for the refined stuff he was going to use to make my sword.
Yeah, it was all paid for advance too. Okay.
Yeah. I think
so
I still
he-
owe him a little bit for the shield. Don't remember how much.
No, you paid for that in advance, I believe. It was
Okay.
it was extra to get it enchanted, but you were gonna take it to a secret to get it any enchantments put on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, okay. First the sword. This is really nice. Nice curved blade here. You got the spots for the rings here. I believe his secret had an idea for how to have the rings magically appear once you do something with some kind of magical creature. I don't understand all the magic mumbo jumbo, but it's gonna be pretty cool. Nice sharp material. I don't remember. Did you have it made of steel, or did you actually have it made of the adamantine? Or I believe
Whatever
you
the
could also,
refined stuff adamantine turns
Mhm.
into.
right. You had it refined into mithril. Yeah. So nice light blade here, super light but exceptionally sharp. That's gonna take a scimitar stats, and it's gonna be 1 dice damage higher than normal for the basic
Okay.
damage. Yep,
You know what?
because you had it
I'm
made of
gonna keep
mithril.
this thing, and I'm gonna get rid of my scimitar. I'll just sell it back to him.
Sure, that's a standard scimitar you had.
Yeah.
I'll give you 100 gold for that. It's used.
All right, that's fair.
Yep. There you go, he takes
Okay,
that.
but that's the same damage as the scimitar, but just one number higher.
1 dice. So if it does a D10, it's a D12. If it does a D8, it's a D10.
Okay, it does a D8 now. Sweet.
Okay.
And I have not thought of a name for this.
you can
I'll
name it
let-
later.
It's your sword, man. You get to figure out the name. But now we move on to something that I named, and he reaches behind him and whips around and slams into the ground and says, "The adamant bulwark."
Nice.
This here is not your standard tower shield. And pull this lever here, and 2 giant plates pop out from the side and fold out and slam into the ground next to it. You can see on the bottom of the middle, there's 3 spikes that, when stabbed in the ground, retract slightly to help activate this.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're like foot-long spikes. So, but the weight of the adamant, unless you're trying to stab it into metal, any stone, earth, wood, it'll go straight into. The weight helps, and it's pretty heavy. This thing's 70 pounds.
Yeah. Oh well.
But you got a little window here in the front, and you can see out of. Maybe poke a gun through. Basically, how it works. I'll make up the full item sheet later. I forgot to finish it up.
It's fine.
Basically, anytime you're using it, it's a standard shield, but plus 3 AC instead of plus 2 because of the adamantine. But
Right.
your dex is reduced by 1 due to the weight. You can have it enchanted to fix that.
Which is where I was going next.
Yeah. When it's deployed, you can't move, but every attack coming from the 3 squares in front of you is a +5 AC, and the 2 squares directly next to you is a +3.
Oh.
Your rear is still unprotected.
Okay, I forgot I had mace that was on sale as well.
What's the mace?
Just a standard mace.
I'll give you 50 gold for that.
Alright. I'm just trying to lighten the load.
Yep. Yeah, there's all your stuff for you. And then we're gonna cut back to I have been sent a message. Ah, yes, I know. Where is my stuff? So you guys walk into this strange new building that shouldn't be here. And you see, standing behind a counter, picking his nose, a wizard. Literally could not be described as anything other than a wizard. Big, tall, blue hat with stars and moons on it, robe of the same sort, long white beard, but he's kind of dirty. And he's humming to himself, not paying attention, picking his nose.
I'm gonna clear my throat and say, "You got permits for this place?"
Yaha! Welcome to Zimbalor's wandering emporium of useful items. Let me show you around, good sir. He grabs your arm, pulls over. Here I have a ring of magic detection, 150 gold. Bagpipes of invisibility. Ring.
Oh my
ring of
God.
attunement. Over here we have the sword of cutting. This one deals slashing damage on a successful attack.
That's all sword.
My character just burst out laughing.
Be aware, I have silence.
Wand of teleportation. This one's more pricey, 600 gold. Carpenter's silence.
What is? Wait, explain the wand
Hammer?
of teleportation to me.
It's a wand that casts the spell teleport. It has
I-
3 charges.
Out of character. What does the teleport spell do? I forget.
It's a high-level spell that lets you teleport
And you
wherever
said
the hell you want.
600?
Yes.
Okay.
Look up the spell. Look up.
That's fine. I'm just asking. I'm gonna. Can I
we have a
can I look at try to make sure he's not? This isn't like some snake oil, not actually what it's gonna do. Wand.
Make an Arcana check. It looks enchanted. It looks pretty powerful. Looks very, very nice. It's in a case.
I'm gonna gesture at you. One of them. Gesture with him. Do you? Are any of you good with magic?
Who?
I believe Boltar.
The ones who are with him. You and Revolver.
I have key, if that helps. What?
That's
Roll
no.
Arcana.
All right, Revolver. You want to roll Arcana?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
nothing to
it
judge
looks like a wand.
Well, Revolver.
You're looking at this. You can see an error in the pronunciation of the ancient Draconic. This wand will cast the spell teleport on itself.
Oh,
so
this
the
wand doesn't
wand will
teleport the
teleport.
person using it.
Don't worry about that. He shoves that back into a crate and says, how about the boots of blinding speed?
I feel like that'll make you go blind while you're using them.
The Omni Lock, completely unpickable lock.
Then how are you gonna lock it onto something?
Use a key. He pulls a key out of his pocket. You just can't pick it.
I don't need that.
Okay. He puts the key back in his pocket.
Does any key work on it?
Potion of levitation.
What to
The
do?
potion
Don't right
levitates.
know a potion person.
Tell me more.
Does the potion levitate?
Does the potion of levitation make the
He
potion
lets go of the
levitate?
potion and it starts levitating.
Yeah, he fucking would.
It's all cheap. He walks you past what appears to be just a fridge literally just a fridge with a price tag on it that says 40 gold, and
What is
a
this
picture
fridge?
of a Birdman that says banned on it. That's a
What is this
ins-
fridge?
that's a joke that you will only know if you listen to the podcasts I listened to. I was hoping someone might.
No.
This is
Okay.
Wait,
a
is it what
character
I?
from
Oh, I know what you're talking. I remember this one
this
now.
is Zimzam Zimbalor from
Mhm.
Erois.
Okay, real quick, Admiral. There was one last thing I wanted to sell.
Yes.
Apparently, I don't know when I got it, but I had Great Ats +1. Should I keep that or sell it? What do you all think?
Isn't that what you turned into your hammer thing? Something? What?
No?
No.
Where'd you get
That's
your
right.
hammer?
I have the hammer, I have a Great
Just
Axe,
sell
and
it.
I
You
have
don't
my
need it.
sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
+1 great axe. I'll give you 350 gold for that.
Okay.
You can sell that to pretty much anybody in the town.
Okay.
Okay. I have some.
Do you have a movable rod?
What?
I have an immobile rod.
What does the mobile rod do?
He shows you a stick. It can't move on its own. Uh, here,
You should have known that one.
a ring of dwarven kind. He puts it on his finger and points at you, and it loudly says, "Not a dwarf."
What was the ring of detect magic? What does that do?
It's a ring that detects magic. It has the spell detect magic. This one's a real, just the real thing. Not all of these are prank.
Can I test it?
So here's the thing. I sell a lot of prank magical items. It's fun for wizard parties, but I also have some normal stuff too. I got some healing potions over there, and you can see a pile of regular healing potions.
All right, here's the question.
Yeah.
Do you have any ley stones?
Ley stones.
Ew.
What's a laystone?
It's the thing that his book told him he needs to find to help his
Okay.
patron that you guys don't know about.
No, I'm just out of character. I'm wondering what a laystone is. Like,
I don't even fucking know. I just
Laystone. Let's see. He pulls out of his robe an impossibly big book and slaps it on the table. I don't know. L-A. Laying stone. No, that one's just a rock. Stone of laying. Ooh, kinky. No, I do not believe I have a ley stone. How do you spell it? Ley.
uh,
And you tell him that, and he says, "Nope,
oh man.
no
what is
such
the
luck,
most?
sir."
What is the most useful but still joke item that you have?
Probably the big
Oh,
pipes.
I like you. I have an immortal crab named Larry. He's pretty cool. You literally can't kill him.
You
We
already
have
got
an
an
immortal
immortal.
monkey named
Desmond.
Neat. I have some duct tape.
Is it tape made out of a duck?
No, it's duck
No,
with a
it's
piece of tape on it.
literally duct tape, and he holds out a roll of actual duct tape. It's very useful. A bag of holding.
Oh, how much? Wait, is it just a bag that holds stuff?
No, you got me. It's a bag that holds.
My
and you
God,
can
you
put
almost
an
got me
infinite
there.
amount of bags in it.
That's actually quite. Wait, do they have to be empty?
Yes.
Darn it.
Can I attempt to use, or can I try the what's it called? Invisible big pipes, whatever?
The bagpipes of invisibility. Yes.
It-
It goes about exactly as you'd think.
What? So I do
You
turn
turn invisible, but you're playing the
Mouth is hell.
bagpipes.
Okay, how much is it?
150 gold.
Oh!
Okay.
There you go. You got him.
Well, hey, think of it this way: if you use silence beforehand.
Yeah.
That's that. A lot of these, if you think about it, there are things you can do. Oh, let's see. Potion of Heath.
Huh?
Potion of Heath. Tasty.
What is?
Tastes like a Heath bar. 2 gold.
It's a Heath bar.
It's a candy bar. It's just this potion of health that was misspelled and now doesn't heal but tastes like a Heath bar.
Ew.
I don't have
Alright.
money.
You got a potion of water breathing. It comes with a potion of air breathing. Sending stones. I got a pile of sending stones here.
What do they
You
do?
throw them at somebody.
They're sending stones.
Can I test them out?
Sure. He hands you one.
Alright. Alright. I speak into the sending stone. Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
Is-
How did you get this number? Where is my other? Where are you? Where I've been looking for the other end of this one. I lost it. Hello?
That's not my problem. Goodbye.
You hear in the pile a muffled hello? God damn it.
Can two waystones like talk to each other?
They have to be when they are created, those two stones talk to each other forever.
No, but he has a bag of waystones or like whatever. So like, someone says hello, it just goes to all the other hit waystones.
No.
Aw.
It goes to the one it's
Stole
connected
the
to.
other end of the weight
He's
of the
collected
send-
loose sending stones that the people have lost.
No, but yeah,
Do you have anything good for disguising?
it goes through one waystone, go out one waystone, go into another waystone, go out to all the other ones. Something.
Nope.
Oh, endless feedback loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Because if they were both in there, yes, but they're not. And you also have to activate them.
So, I feel like it'd also be like a walkie-talkie where you can either listen or not, and not hear. You can either listen or you can speak. If you're speaking, you can't receive anything.
Ooh, I have a very neat item here. Hat of disguise.
What does it do?
He puts it on your head and you can activate it.
I'll activate it.
You can make it look like literally any type of head covering.
How much?
75 gold.
Mine.
Yeah, you can make it look like anything that can be called a hat. Doesn't
Give a
actually.
helmet.
You got
A bucket
any-
can be a hat, so it can be a bucket. But it only looks like it isn't actually the item. though.
Yeah. See, what it actually is when you feel at it, it's one of those little propeller hats.
Perfect.
He also.
What's the most useful item you have, in your opinion?
Aside from the actual healing potion, I have the snail of translation. A little
What?
magic snail here. It's like it looks like a little mechanical snail.
How does it
snail.
work?
He goes over to a plaque on the wall that's written in Goblin, and he looks at the snail and says, "Translate this to common," and places the snail on it, and it very slowly starts writing with its trail,
I mean,
and
That-
it spells out,
that's useless.
"Do not enter." It's a sign he found that was written in Goblin that he uses to demonstrate,
Cool.
That's actually
but it's
pretty
very
cool.
slow.
It like would take like a good 10 minutes just for something
Yeah.
really short.
You can translate
Dude,
anything, but it's gonna take a while.
And it only
can-
works with written things, I'm guessing.
Yes, and it's very cheap, and you can translate it into from one language to any other language.
Are you guys listening to me?
How much
I
is it?
can read.
100 gold.
I can read all languages.
Good.
Talk over the warlock. Ignore. Give
I
me
don't
money.
need it. I don't need it because it's 100 gold. If it was cheaper than that, I'd have taken it.
Damn.
He wheels out a coat rack that has a cloak hanging on it. I have this, and he pulls out the sword of slashing and swipes at this thing, and the cloak turns transparent, and the sword passes straight through it. A cloak
Does
of
the cloak-
anti-betrayal. Anybody that tries to stab you in the back can't.
So
That-
does it only work on the cloak, or does it work on the person wearing the cloak too?
Oh, God damn it.
If it worked on me, the person wearing it too, that would be awesome. Even if it's a very specific scenario, it just means if
What
you
do you think?
make a agreement with somebody saying that you will work with me, then and you will like help fight without fighting me. That means they can't fight you because that would be betraying you.
No, it literally just when someone tries to stab at the cloak can't be stabbed.
I mean,
I feel like
it
that's
doesn't
still
affect
really
heal.
cool because then your cloak can never be damaged by stabbing.
I'll give you 2 for 20 gold.
You get
Mm,
2 for 20? What?
it's
Since you
nah.
figured it out,
I already got a cloak.
you'll have an undamageable cloak.
Hold on, did you say 1 for 20 or 2 for 20? What?
Sure, 2 for 20.
I'll take them.
2 of them for 20. Okay.
There you go. You have cloaks that can't be damaged ever.
Well,
from
once you get 4 of
swords,
them, so 40
specifically
gold.
just swords or bladed objects. It can still be set on fire.
But think about it this way: in combat, you don't have to worry about it getting cut to pieces.
I guess.
What is it, Cloak of Uncutting or Cloak
But
of
you
what?
will be cut to pieces. It
It's
just
called the cloak of
it turns
anti-betrayal.
so it turns incorporeal whenever it's slashed at by a sword or piercing.
You got the journal of recording. This records all events it witnesses from its perspective.
Can I see an example?
He opens it up and you see a recording of all the events that have happened directly in front of the book. It cuts out a bit when you guys went into other corners of the room. But
So
Wait,
if
so
I keep it visible and then
you notice it refers to the wizard as the idiot.
I want it. How much?
Oh, 150 gold.
I'm buying it.
God damn,
It is
how much
very good
money do you
leverage
guys
in
I'm gonna get
have?
all your goddamn
is-
money from you.
yes,
No,
you will.
no,
He was
you know
making
why I
joke
want that,
items.
right? You know why I want that, right?
Why?
It's a wire. It's like wearing a wire.
Yeah. Leave it in the room.
150.
Yep. Charm of warning warns you if you're about to be attacked. It's the same as a weapon of warning, but it's a charm, and you just wear it.
So
They have a
how
lot.
does-
They haven't been spending it. And so it's one of the reasons I did this because I knew I'd get.
How
them to
does
buy
a
some of this
charm
shit.
of warning work?
Look up the warning spell. It's basically danger sense. That's what he's telling you.
Spider-Man.
That's what he's telling you, but none of you have rolled a insight high enough to just
mean an alarm
know
spell?
why they're fucked up.
I have a plan to test this out.
there's no
Somebody
warning
take it, and
spell.
I'm gonna punch them in the
Danger
face,
sense. Look up danger
and let's see if
sense.
it warns them.
What? One more time.
Somebody take it, and I'll punch them in the face, and we'll see if it warns them. Do you still not done?
If you want to do that, I'll punch you in the face.
All right, fine. Don't do it.
You gonna put it on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna punch him.
He didn't attune to it, so he takes 1d4 damage. Roll a d4. 2. Well, no, actually, it would be
What's strength?
a 1d4 minus 2, a minimum. If you don't have an attack with your fists, if you're not a monk or something like that, fist attacks are literally 1d4 minus 2, so you can never do more than 2 damage. So yeah, 1 damage.
Oh, right in the nose.
Yeah, if you want to attune to it, you can take 10 minutes while they're doing this.
Oh, I'm not gonna fucking take 10 minutes doing that shit, bro.
Yeah, do you guys know how danger sense works?
No.
No.
You can never be surprised, basically, unless you're unconscious.
Oh.
So,
Birthday parties.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you have anything that does wild magic?
Wild magic. I do not
Wild.
know what that is.
Magic that is unpredictable.
I mean, that's pretty much everything in here, isn't it?
No, something that literally does something random every time it's used.
No. Is that a thing?
Yes. Do you want to come to a potion shop with us and drink a potion that you don't know what it's going to do until you drink it?
This does
You'll get
sound
100
intriguing.
gold.
No, yes, absolutely. He rushes off
Yay!
towards wherever you guys are going.
To
I
Clutch's
was heading there
house.
too, so this works.
Let's go.
Yeah, let me.
That's funny.
Dip.
I was heading there to
Potion
get the
shop.
shield, enchanted and double checked with
Zim's
secret.
down for fun, man.
I'm gonna go up to the counter and ring the bell if nobody's there.
Oh, she's there.
Is
She
Secret's there?
yeah, she realized, she figured out what the thing was and that she can't.
Oh,
open it.
okay.
Is Zim
Hey,
Zam
Secret,
down
we
for good
brought
ones?
another person to try one of your potions.
Who is this? Why do you look
He
like a
sells
generic
very
wizard?
funny magic items.
No, hello, madame. How are you?
I
on this
wouldn't buy
wonderful-
any of them
You're
unless you
stealing me out
think they're
food.
useful.
Is
Like
Zim
this
Zam-
journal of recording, which records anything it witnesses, which is really good. I like that.
Is Zim
Okay.
Is Zim
You
Zam
want-
what words?
What?
Is Zim Zam down for the good potions, or does he try basic potion?
He'll drink a dangerous potion for the
Yes!
extra money.
You get extra money? What?
Dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The regular
Yes.
potions were down to 100 now since
I
you've been
can't
doing so
wait to
many.
explode.
I'm gonna say, can I go first?
Certainly. You go ahead. I want to see how this is done. Yes.
Dangerous one, right?
Well, yeah. I'm basically just gonna whatever happens happens.
What
I'm-
what was it? Did I roll 1d7?
D7. Yeah. 3.
20.
I'm trying to open it. Oh, why is it full screen? The whole screen went black for a second. 20. Oh.
What does it look like before I down it?
Looks kind of earthy, green and brown, mixed, swirling together.
This time you
See
turn
a,
into a tree.
See like a little some of those evergreen green needles in there.
Do I recognize? Does it look like? Could I kind of have
I've
any
had
idea?
that.
Looks very naturey in.
Nature related, I'm guessing. Well, bottoms up. I chug it.
Tree,
Um,
tree,
Chug,
tree,
chug,
tree.
chug. I've never
Drink,
had that one
drink,
before.
drink.
You have not.
Oh.
I make up the descriptions as I go.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Tastes kind of like tastes
Evergreen?
like how evergreen trees smell.
So you
Pine
just
needle
drank pine salt.
tea. Tastes like pine needle tea.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. Does it do anything?
You haven't noticed anything yet.
Can you tell if it's doing anything? A secret?
Make a perception check.
12.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
I have a +5 to perception. I still get a 12.
Who's next?
Secret's like, yeah, well, this happens. Zero gold, 200 gold.
Do you have any like? I thought you had stuff to figure out what it's doing.
Micken, you hear a shout from outside.
What the hell?
Scaly does.
What?
I just heard
You hear
someone
muffled like,
yelling
what the hell?
Huh?
outside. I don't look out the door.
There is no front door to the shop. Well, there is, but you can't see out of it because there's a bunch of wood in the way. He's bored. What are you drawing? Oh, you're drawing Zim Zam.
Oh. Okay.
Wait. What's wrong? What's wrong? Was it whatever?
Scaly.
Scaly.
Secret, you might want to hit the reset on that one.
Why?
I think a bunch of trees just grew in your shop.
It wasn't in the shop. A massive 6-foot thick, 120-foot tall tree grew right in front of the front door.
How does that work?
Instant
Because we're
tree!
outside.
I want it.
It's
I want
outside the
it.
shops. Outside the box. What?
Within 100, sometimes the wild magic can leak through.
Yeah, we're stuck.
Does
in
the
there.
reset
Might wanna
not
hit the
work
reset.
then?
Yeah, Seeker goes over and grabs the the giant lever on the wall. And it's kind of sticking it. And she's like, "Oh, jeez.
Outside the box, how
Someone
can you reset
strong,
it?
help me. Yeah, someone strong, help me pull this down. It's gotta. The range has to be increased. Looks like. Roll a strength check. 11. That's good enough.
Oh yeah.
Ka-chunk! and like some little sparks come out from behind it. But then you hear
Oh,
outside
my.
again. What the hell? Like a more
Clicked on the wrong thing.
Let's hope you don't get a fine for that.
Why are you
How
stomping?
are they gonna know?
I
Misclick.
clicked on the wrong thing.
Oh yeah,
How much
I mean,
gold?
that's
How
bad
much gold
saying.
was it?
200.
Well,
Potion of
that seems
instant
like
tree.
that could be very useful.
I might be able to figure something. That's if I mean growing a tree within a range of you in a random direction and a random size and height. I mean, I'll have to
Instant
test it.
deployable cover.
But I mean, like, think of it this way: if you're in a building and you want to destroy the building, if it's a big enough building, goodbye
Alright.
building.
Short range. Just
No,
throw the
there's-
potion inside.
There are certain spells like that where the tree is or the object you're growing is indestructible, and certain ones where the object isn't indestructible.
Someone just laughed.
There goes Robert.
Probably.
Welcome back.
There he is.
Oh,
All right.
He's
Anyway,
back.
well, who's
Come on.
next?
Me next.
Zam
me
Zam
next.
runs up.
Aw.
aw.
He grabs potion.
Be
Let's
careful,
see if he
Zim Zam.
explodes.
Sometimes we don't know
Don't
what
be
these do.
careful. He should have fun. This is a fun thing. It's safe.
Ish.
Mostly.
As long as it doesn't.
Dude.
Actually, what would happen if it caused an anti-magic field?
I haven't thought of that. We'll find out if that happens.
I'm actually curious. That could be an effect, but I don't know if it is or not. I'm just thinking. Out of all effects, that's one that I would be wondering what would that do.
We'd
We'll
have to wait
destroy
for it
this
to
entire
wear
den
off,
plane.
because this room would be then, you know.
Ah, that's a fun one.
That's an interesting one.
He
Alright,
drinks
what
the
does that-
potion and starts sneezing, and out of his nose, a bunch of rats come out.
Yeah.
Swarms
Reset
of rats.
Click.
Hundreds of rats, and they start swarming. Let's see, there's a
Yeah.
swarm there, swarm there, swarm
Hit the
there.
reset. Despawn them.
A secret has been swarmed by rats.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
I'm going to the corner because I don't like rats.
um,
Are they friendly? I'm gonna pet one.
they start biting you and swarming you. Take let's
Dear God.
see, roll
I'm going to
initiative
help a
first of
secret.
all. You take 3 points of damage. And Zim Zam goes, "Good lord!" and runs out the door.
I feel like he's going to be in immense pain too, because rats are not nostril sized.
It seems like they came out small and then quickly grew,
Oh God!
like shotgunned rats into the floor.
Well, he didn't take his gold, so I'll take it for him.
You got the 6. You have extras on here for me. Let me know if I delete the wrong one.
Mine, I just moved over towards the secret before we started.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever.
Wait, is there more than one lever?
Nope, there's only one lever.
Okay, good. I was about to say, because if we do just
The
say pull the
wrong
lever, Kronk,
lever.
it could be the wrong lever.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to remember this. The rats go on turn 12. So after eat all before.
Just, can't you add a blank one?
I don't know how to do that.
Add
I
an-
can.
yeah.
Look at that.
Add just
Oh,
another.
it adds
quick one.
another a secret.
That's fine.
I just meant that one 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So all the rats share a turn.
They're all
Yeah.
a secret.
Swarms generally all share a turn.
It's all they're little secrets. They're not rats.
Yes, let's do that. Definitely. Oh, but they're biting you. And
Oh,
the secret's like, "What the fuck? Oh my god, this is so weird." Oh, and she gets pushed into the corner back here by a couple of the.
The swarm.
Pull the lever, trunk. I mean revolver.
Yeah, it's revolvers go.
I want to pull the lever.
You guys
He
hit
pulls
him.
a lever. Make
Yeah.
a strength check.
But he left the swarm, so he'd take it attack something.
Oh yeah, he takes an attack of opportunity. I'm assuming a 19 hits. Take 4 points of
Yeah.
damage.
12. 12.
12 strength.
No,
Did you
like
roll it?
12 points of damage.
No,
4 points of
4.
damage.
Oh, 4 points. Oh.
Yeah, they rolled a
I
crit
was
one.
scared for a second.
They're
So, strength
and
check.
we're level 7, so.
Yeah, you
That's
pull the
fine.
lever, and they all vanish. And it was a pretty high DC because there was a bunch of entities in the room. So the more crazy bullshit you spawn, the harder it is to pull the lever, and the further
Ooh.
away it is.
Thankfully.
Yeah, she's gonna have to work on that.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
feel
make
like
them where
you're.
it's a remote.
I feel like it
Or
should be
something you can't
automatic
really-
in case everybody's incapacitated.
There is an enchantment. Part of the enchantment, she did tell you that if everybody in the room becomes incapacitated, it will automatically reset.
Huh.
Alright,
It's
can I
clear to
go
come
next?
back
He
He's
already rolled
gone.
that.
Zemzem's gone. He ran.
But he didn't take his money, so I'm going to take his money for him.
No, that's not how that works.
Dang it.
in. You trust him? He's lawful good. He'll give it to him, though.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm actually going to give it to him.
I'm saying make a
fine.
persuasion check. She
I was
doesn't know you
fighting
that
it.
well. Oh,
I don't get advantage, sadly.
yeah, no. She's like, no, these are rules. We have rules for a reason, my good sir.
That is understandable. If it's against your rules, then I will respect it.
Okay.
Who's next?
I'm.
And you're
I
all
was
healed.
gonna
You're
go
all
next.
healed back up to where you were.
I was thinking about doing a potion, but I'm just gonna skip that for now. And I said
No,
to
you should do a
Secret-
potion.
Yeah,
Okay,
potion.
fine. Damn.
Yeah,
Potion it.
Jesus.
you're pushing the potion.
Can I go next, please?
Yeah, you don't
I
have
rolled
to
a
if you don't
4
want to.
earlier before
Oh.
you had Zip Zam do it.
4.
And then
I'm
the
gonna do the
100, right?
Yep.
60.
Okay. You drink this potion. It tastes kind of sweet. Has a swirling, multicolored white, red, blue, green, all sorts of but they're all like pastel
Whoa.
colors.
Right.
Tastes kind of sweet and chocolatey. And your head gets kind of itchy. But aside from that, everyone else notices a pair of large bunny ears pop out of Scaly's head.
Yay.
You can hear really well.
Try to
Suddenly.
jump higher. Jump and see if you could jump higher.
Just
Like,
don't smack your head on
They're
the
saying
ceiling.
this, and it's really. They're shouting. Why are they shouting so loud? Jeez.
Okay, this is giving me a headache. A secret to reset this one.
No.
Ah,
No,
certainly.
you
She pulls the lever.
Darn it.
Yeah.
He hands it. That was interesting. It was very good hearing. Sounds like
Yeah,
could- I
made
could
them
make that
something
useful.
normal a lot louder.
it could be useful for more espionage type things. You could sell that.
Yeah.
And she writes something down in her notebook and hands you your bag of 200 gold. Anyone else?
Revolver's next.
Yeah.
What you rolling? What you roll? What you roll?
Oh, and I say to a secret, by the way, once we finish with the potions, I got my sword.
Oh yes.
Cool.
You want to go sit that out on the enchanting table out? I trust you. In my workshop off to the right of the where I take your money for buying things.
Well, I'll
Man.
just wait till we're done with the potions.
Yeah, 2 and a 95.
What unspeakable horrors happened to me, Admiral?
Hmm. Swap your acrobatic and intimidation bonuses.
Permanent?
That's a weird one. Yeah. Your score for acrobatics and your score for intimidation swap for 10 minutes. I
Okay.
don't know how to flavor that one.
What's your intimidation and what's your acrobatics?
4 for intimidation and 2 for acrobatics.
Yeah. So you used to always think you're kind of a intimidate. You can with your hood up and your arcane magic crackling at your fingers. You could be pretty good at intimidating someone, but you've never been really good at jumping around and stuff. That feels quite the opposite currently.
I guess I feel
Does
like
he
I've
change
really...
anything any way visually?
No.
He hasn't did nothing.
No, not that you can tell with his big red cloak on.
Did he do anything?
I don't think so. I definitely feel less... how do I describe it?
Maybe it doesn't affect changelings.
Maybe. I don't know.
You got a 1. Let's see. Yeah. She's like, weird. And hands you the gold. Not everyone's a win for me.
Yeah. Especially the last time I drank a potion. I still have PTSD from that.
Alright, Monty's turn.
You got a 32 on number 1. All right. Huh. Roll again. That one's missing words. It's like it got cut off halfway. Doesn't make sense. 94. Who?
What?
Yeah, you drink this potion. Feels tastes very savory, feels very filling. But you're suddenly quite hungry.
How I'm the.
Do you have does anybody have any non-magical weapons on them?
But monkey can't get hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you haven't felt hungry in a while. But now
I got it.
I have a non-magical dagger and non-magical short bow.
Yeah, you look over at Edel, and why has he been carrying around a air quotes bow made out of pretzel for so long? It's weird. And you look at it, and Edel, you look where he's looking. Your bow's made out of pretzel. You really want to. You feel an insatiable urge to take a bite out of pretty much every non-magical weapon in this room. You look down at your dagger, and it's made out of peanut brittle, sharp peanut brittle.
You gonna eat that?
I'll have the
Secret.
pretzel. You have the. I hand him the dagger.
Yes.
And you don't. Edel doesn't have the urge. only monkey has the urge.
Wait, does it look like it to me too?
Yes.
But do I recognize that it shouldn't look like that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, why does this look like food? This wasn't food.
You pull the string a bit, and the bow snaps in half.
Desmond, you probably shouldn't
Okay,
eat
so
weapons.
I'm gonna actually try to take a bite out of the bow.
But it's good. It's a soft pretzel. It's a nice,
Desmond, if
freshly
Well,
cooked soft pretzel.
That is really
What's
cool. It turns every non-magical weapon into food.
I'm out of here.
Desmond,
Goodbye.
if Click resets the room, those weapons are gonna turn
Wait,
back
shit!
to normal.
I'm gonna spit it back out.
That pretzel bread is gonna turn
Secret
into a
had her
bread in
hand
your
on
stomach.
on the lever and is like, "Oh yeah, Well, as long as I don't pull it for like 12 hours, the effects become permanent. If they are permanent,
I didn't eat it, so I didn't swallow it, so that's okay.
okay. And she pulls the lever, and yeah, your bow has a bite, is broken in half, and has a bite mark out of it, and your mouth tastes kind of sappy and woody.
Well, I'm gonna get a new bow now.
Luckily, bows are cheap, but that's fucking hilarious.
Like this is just the cheapest one I could find because I don't use it very often.
Well,
Well-
good news. You're 200 gold richer, and she hands you to. It's like I know you are in the party. Here, give this to the monkey man.
But hey, if you can figure that out, that can be very useful.
Yeah, very confusing too.
Wait, so
I imagine if like you come across some bandits
Turn
or
into
stuff
a
gonna
smoke
try to
bomb.
rob you, and you just use that on them. Imagine how they would feel.
Or better yet, let it have military purposes. If
Mm.
you know it's a heavily fortified stronghold with enemies, just throw it over the wall.
Or
Oh,
if for like an
yeah.
emergency
Well, you have
emergency,
to drink it.
or for an
Ah.
emergency.
Yeah, it's
So
not
like
splash
if
poison.
you're needing food, or it would make transporting food easier because it's non-perishables.
Yeah,
Because it would mean you could transport food as like
Depends.
cheap,
The-
real just produce really cheap, like, or just fault, like get any
Mm.
weapons that didn't come out right.
there's already spells for that. There's produce food and water. It's a very cheap
Yeah,
spell.
but this doesn't. This will just turn everything within a certain range, right?
Also, we didn't really test to see how long it lasts.
Oh, it may
Could
not
be
be
one of those
permanent.
10-minute deals.
That is a good point. That could be bad. Okay.
they just walk down the
Yeah.
street and everything turns into food.
And
No.
is
That's
it
what this
what is
man-
considered
it was-
a weapon though?
I'll let you know. It was every unenchanted weapon within 30 feet turns into food for the next minute. You are now very hungry.
That is funny. That also mean I'm just thinking about it logically. If you have like a ballista or something that's pulled back, and then you use
But-
that, it could
Oh
be
my
very
God.
catastrophic for that ballista.
Yeah. Immediately implode into a pile of whatever the hell.
But I say to a secret, not only did I, but anyway, not only did I done my sword, I done the special shield I also need enchanting on.
Ooh.
Wouldn't they have
That's
turned
nice.
into food?
Nope, they're magical.
How?
No, they're not. They were food.
Well, did that reset?
Wait, they were food. Oh, that
Yeah,
could have been so bad.
the shield was peppermint,
That could have been so
and
bad.
But she reset it.
yeah, the sword was
But if they broke, that would have been so bad.
a very thin baguette.
Yeah, why do you think I didn't do anything after that?
Ooh, okay.
Um,
But yeah, we got to go meet with somebody, so let's get his stuff enchanted.
I believe, yeah, he wanted to talk
I'll leave
about
him with her. I'll just say, you know the weight enchantment you did on my hammer? Reverse
Sure.
that for this shield.
you want it to be light. Yeah, I
Heavy.
can do
Yes.
What?
that.
And the thing we discussed with my sword,
Yes,
I'll leave
yes,
that up to
they,
you.
I see they already. This will take. Since they did all the scribing of the enchantment runes for me, I can do this in 12 hours.
Okay.
Be ready
I'll be
for you.
back in later for that then.
That will be the actual enchanting. Be another 400 gold though.
Alright. Hell, I'll give her 500 just as a thank you.
Okay. Yeah, all the hard work had been done for her, and because
Yeah.
it's a lightweight enchantment that doesn't give you anything useful until you actually do the work of killing very difficult things to kill. It's a cheaper weapon.
Right.
Nice.
The good thing about it is it grows as we go through.
That was
That's
kinda
what's
the plan.
awesome.
I'm doing Monster Hunter up in this bitch.
I have
Question.
I have an idea as well for the shield where I could add a extra enchantment onto it. I could tell you now, or it could be a surprise if you want to pay a.
What type of
So the
enchantment?
enchantment on the
Like, would it be
shield.
combat happy?
So the enchantment on the shield, the weight enchantment, that'll be 1,000 gold.
Okay.
Um, because you didn't have the runes pre-built into it. The extra enchantment, extra 200 gold, and I can do something fancy for you.
Okay. I don't care.
How much gold do you have left?
1,600.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I throw money at you guys, but I make things expensive.
So much money. That's
How much
yeah,
was
I'm
it?
fine with.
1,200 total.
And I paid it.
Yep. Okay. Yep. She'll have
How
that ready
much
for you.
can have? What?
Plenty.
Let's see. Okay.
Unlike you buying all the useless trinkets.
It wasn't that much. I got like all of it back.
Micken hasn't
here.
actually been buying much at all this whole time.
Yeah. No.
I've been planning ahead.
I'm not worried.
Like that one potion
Are you?
basically paid for everything else. I think.
Pretty much. Alright, anyway, ought to meet the bugbear.
Yes. You guys meet him here at the thing,
Where to hear what?
at the fountain. Down here, at the fountain. He's waiting there. You guys ran a little late, but he's like 5 minutes late. He's fine with that.
Sorry we're late, man.
Bam. What?
Got held up drinking some
Man.
some really random potions.
Yeah, Secret, she sells those weird potions.
Well, she doesn't sell them. She gives you money to try them.
Oh, she's doing that again?
Yep.
Yeah.
And the last time a few years ago when she was doing that, I thought she got banned from doing that.
Well, she got a special room that makes it safe now.
Ah, okay.
Why would
Safe
you
in
ban
quotations.
Anyway, he starts leading you to an alleyway. And again, magically dark. You walk in. Do you walk in?
I'm gonna ask. What would happen if I cast light while we're doing this?
He
It's gonna
said.
be
Do you
dark.
ask him that?
Yeah, I'm asking him.
Oh, it's magical darkness, man. You need a specific spell to do it, and if you did that, we'd have an issue.
Oh,
But the
well-
standard light spell won't do it.
Okay, I was just curious how it worked.
Yeah.
I will say, who's the person who did this for you?
We employ several magicians.
Oh, so it's a private
Yeah.
person. It's your own employee who does it, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are walking in, and vorp, you appear in the cave entrance to the bar.
Nope.
Really
Oh,
zoomed
ways
in
away
there.
to smoke. It's so smoky in here. You would think. I hope you have somebody who. I hope you have
Oh
the
god,
right
there's
type
two
of paint.
scalies. You've been cloned.
Hell.
I hope you have the right type of paint, because otherwise this is gonna stain.
It's stone.
I hope you have the right kind of coating on the stone, otherwise this is gonna
It's
stain it.
raw
And the resale
stone.
value is gonna be bad.
He's just looking at you like, what?
He's being an idiot. Ignore
Don't
him.
you know how much the cigarette and other smoke decreases the resale value of properties?
Actually,
What's
this time
Jen on with?
you would see the Don here at the bar, with a drink, talking to one of the bugbears here. This is, I really appreciate you handling that thing for me. Thanks, Barney. It's
Now,
good job.
Now-
Gentlemen.
for our end.
Yeah,
Oh.
meet me in my office. And he walks back here, and the ogre steps in front of you, and he's like, "No, Og, no, you can let him in." "Okay, sir." And he gets back off to the side. Well, there's two
Og.
Voltars too.
Oh,
You
you were very you do a great job.
Thank
at your job.
you, Mr. Elf. I don't. Where are you?
I am an Asmir.
You're an S. Okay.
Okay, that is perfectly. I'm okay with that. That's fine.
He should be
He's an
wider.
ogre.
I think
You can only teach them so much at a time.
he's wider.
What's the ogre's name?
Og.
Ugh.
You know what, Og? You're right. He is kind of an ass.
Ew. I punch you in the shoulder. Not like actual punch, but just like a playful
Come on, that was a
slug.
slow ball down the plate. I had to fucking swing.
Gentlemen, please, our friend Gio has informed me that there was some difficulty you had, but you handled it, and I would
Not-
like to know some more details. Please start from the beginning.
We approach the building.
Yes.
They're two Cancuns.
There's two Cancuns outside.
Kenku. There's no N at the end of that, but I understand.
Cancuns,
Casimir.
potato. Well, and one thing led to another due to them being obviously thieves.
Oh.
Um,
What was the makeup of their party?
to
Kenku?
be Cancu.
He's writing a bunch of stuff down.
There was a dwarf which got away, sadly.
It happens. I assume if he ran, he was likely hired help, and
I'm
money
pretty sure
wasn't
they were
good
hired
enough.
help. There was one other person there who was a spellcaster. However, I'm sorry that I couldn't turn her over to you due to my I had to do what my responsibilities require, and I turned her over due to there being a really high likelihood that she had a contract with a devil.
Of course. Devil.
Weren't there like
Uh,
two dwarfs or something?
There was one. There was
What
was
was
one,
the-
and you're forgetting
The troll. What was
Bart the orc, the guy with the
Orc.
sword that nearly
I
killed.
he? Yeah, I forgot what race he was. I remember.
I'll just say there was one other person. I don't remember what he was. I just know he's dead there. We left his body.
Yes. Well, I'll send some. He snaps his fingers, and
There.
one of the guards comes down, and he said, "Ooh, I put him behind you all." Whoop, whoop. He shoves past you a bit, and he says, "Manners, Carl. You and your men. New posting for you. Head out to." He slides a piece of paper. This location, and clean up and set up a new guard post, and maybe work on the security there a bit. I was like, yes, sir. Right away, sir. And these guys all trundle out the door.
Oh, by the way, Admiral,
Yes.
I'm gonna have that notebook just peeking out of whatever bag I'm holding.
Okay. Good to know. He says, and they didn't take anything. I assume you caught them before they could.
Well, they were taking some of your I forgot what it was called.
Hint, hint. Merchandise.
Demon smoke.
Your
Whatever.
your
Hell smoke.
your
he-
hell
he
smoke
would-
that you had stockpiled there.
I'm sure if there was any of that illegal substance there that was placed there by rogue employees, that, well, I suppose they're dealt with now.
Well,
But
they
I
are
will
dead.
look into this.
I will say though,
Thank
as
you
the
for
owner of
letting
the
me know that-
as the owner of the establishment, you are held partially liable to in consideration to the conduct of your employees due to you having the partial responsibility to ensure that they are following all
Guidelines.
available regulations.
Certainly. I'll snaps his fingers again, and this time, a guy you hear running from pretty far away runs in and he says, "Yes, boss." And he says, "Please, call the captain of the guard for me. I have some illegal activities of my employees to report." And he's like, "Sure, boss." And he runs off. As you said, the law is the law, and my employees break it, I must do my part and report them to the authorities.
I well, I hope that you do that in all cases, not just when it's convenient.
Of course,
Look at what now?
I am a legitimate businessman.
I
I've
will
been trying
say,
to say this.
however,
Perhaps these devils are trying to ruin my good name. I've been
I
saying for a
I
while.
find that unlikely. However, I will say that they did seem to have some interest in something located in that warehouse. We do not know what, and to be honest, there's a good chance it could have been that.
I do sell a lot of valuable art.
I don't think devils care much about art. They they like more.
Arcane artifacts.
Well, if you had those there, then maybe.
A few magical focuses, reagents I sell on the side.
Well, you
But
get proper
Supplies from
licensing
a
for
secret.
doing so.
I'm sure you know a secret. Plenty of her materials are purchased through some of my other companies.
I chime in for the moment.
Yes.
But good sir, about our deal.
Ah, yes.
You're supposed to be more courteous in your bringing up of such topics. That's how
Why?
you do it in a professional manner.
What exactly do you wish to know?
So we wish to know, one, what was this ring that you provided?
Ah, the ring. I know a powerful enchanter out in the southeast, further south than the even the Thaylands, down in where was it? Looking at the map, singing and looking at the map song. Dambrath, down near between Kathir and Marthil. There's a enchanter that I have
And
to do some
can you
special
bring up
work
the
for me
map so we can
sometimes.
make notes on it?
Did I not give you the full map as a handout?
No, I meant because you can't make notes on that. I was like, if you like bring it up
Ooh.
as like this, so we can make notes
yeah.
as.
Down in the far southeast by the Great Sea.
What was it called? Danrath?
Damarath.
Dambarath? Any like specifics on where in Dambarath?
Well,
Like
that's not
over in Marlith?
entirely important. What's important is
It could be very important depending on this if we
well,
need
you
to
haven't
figure
heard
out a
my whole
way to
story.
get past this enchantment.
Perhaps
Where is it?
Dambrath
Far
between
down, bottom
Marleth
right.
and Kathir. South of the Hills of the Dead Kings and the Null Watch Mountains.
You're speaking gibberish. I've never seen the map before.
Bottom right.
But right, that's over there.
I circled it.
Nope.
Right in that square.
Okay.
Let's go back
There.
to the tavern.
Okay. Just so we can remember where things are.
Yep. A former friend of mine who I owed a favor. The enchanter, the former artificer, Carl Starling, fallen from grace, said he was being hunted by a devil. So I owed him my life, as it were. At one point, some of his artificing saved my life at one point from a attack on the road. I pay my debts. So I had the enchanter make a ring that would hide him from said devil. He promised to continue doing some work for me. And that was that.
So this enchantment, how exactly did it work?
I'm not quite
Like,
certain.
what do you know the effects of it? I mean,
I believe it made it so the wearer could not be found by any means employed by the targeted species. So they could have set it to humans, to dwarves, but it was set to devils.
And can it be? Do you know if it
So
could have been
any
changed?
any sort of tracking by means of natural, like ranger type stuff, or druidic type tracking, or arcane divination, all of that would send back either false information, red herrings, or just plain old static. And you just end up wandering
Huh.
in circles.
So, question:
Ooh.
Was it locked into only applying to devils, or is it able to be? Do you know if it was able to be changed?
This I do not know. I can give
That's
Then
you.
part of the
maybe it
reason why we
probably.
need more information on where this
This
enchanter is located. So if we need to, we can consult him.
I can-
He has not done anything wrong.
he pulls a out of his drawer a map of the region, and he shows you, and he marks on the map. In the woods here, you'll find a shack. Looks like a shack, but it's you know how wizards sometimes have dimensional spaces where they can control everything inside, and they just kind of live there. It's one of those.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
It's a magnificent mansion, basically. He says. He does odd work for influential people around the world, and very high prices, but very effective. Usually,
He
I
sounds like
hear
a powerful
Starling died.
enchanter.
Though I assume the man was an idiot. I assume it was of his own misstepping, not the work of the enchanter themselves.
Wait, so say that one more time. Sorry.
He assumes that the enchantment worked as intended.
From my
And
understanding, it did, and he used a means that circumvented the enchantment's effects.
yes, he should have. He most likely assumed that it would just he could walk through a crowded city and still not be found, and didn't still hide himself in mundane ways as well.
To be honest, somebody who gets themselves hunted by devils is either a genius or more than likely an idiot.
Yes, I'll be honest, I've done many things in my life, but deals with devils, I'm not that stupid.
Yeah.
Sadly, desperation can drive many wise men to poor decisions.
Or arrogance.
Yep.
So what's the next step?
So we have that information. I do have another question for you in relation to that.
Yeah.
Do you have any clue? Just this is a general. It's not related like directly to something you guard would know, but just to get an idea, because I know you have connections and ears quite a few places. Have you heard anything um that could help lead us to capturing this devil? Well, not even capturing it, just eliminating him.
I'll need what devil? I was only told
The
to
health
hide
so
him from
the
a devil.
the devil that killed him is the Hell Slayer.
Ha! That idiot. Oh, of course he'd get chased by Asmodeus's #1 assassin. Jesus.
Like, do you have any knowledge of anybody who may be being targeted by?
This would be the first time the Hellslayer has been seen since the war, honestly.
My question for you, sir, then would be trying to think of the best way to word it would be why would the Hellslayer be after that idiot so just in general? Do you know?
Probably contracted to be.
The Hellslayer goes after those who break their contract, so I assume he made a contract and broke it, which... let me roll something for him. Yeah, he's smart enough. He was, for the longest time, just a street urchin, then so very suddenly, overnight, became one of the most famous artificers in the world. Assume he made a deal for that, and didn't pay up on his end after a certain amount of time, and that would also explain why suddenly all of his inventions stopped working as well. And that would also explain why he was hunted down by the Hellslayer. The something to be hunted by the Hellslayer, you have to break a deal of incredible value. So he must have been contracted to do something either impossible or horrendous.
Yeah.
What it is, I couldn't say.
I have one. So, in along those lines, do you have any? Have you heard any rumors of somebody who could be being targeted by devils, or somebody who may have?
It happens from
Given
time to time, but again, the Hellslayer specifically hasn't been seen. This would be the first time since the war, so any information about him would be outdated.
The fact that our dear our that our man had to have a ring crafted to hide himself, that concerns me of what that ring was missing from his body. That concerns me.
my
Yes.
understanding from what this ring does, there's a good chance the Hellslayer is now working
Gone into hiding.
independently to try to gain
Yeah.
more power.
This is the way of devils. They'll be in the same position for thousands of years, and then they'll do something either incredibly smart or incredibly stupid, and
Or
either
risky.
become more powerful or disappear forever.
So,
What
from
was
what
it?
I understand of
The
this
way
ring,
of the
there's
hells.
so if let's say this to give a theoretical, because I can tell you're a smart man with experience,
Thank
and
you.
I feel like you would have some insight into what this devil might end up doing. So let's say he finds this ring that's able to protect him from. Let's say it's the person another devil who's higher than him, and he's trying to take that devil's place. What path do you think he would be most likely to take to seeking that power?
Well, the only devil, as far as I remember, there were devils adjacent to the Hellslayer, pit fiends and some princes, but the only one above the Hellslayer was Asmodeus himself. He'd have to kill a god, because Asmodeus is the god of the hells.
And as you know, devils can sometimes be very arrogant.
I mean, it's happened before. Devils think that
How do you think
Asmodeus has been in power
path
since the
do you
beginning of time.
what path do you think he would seek to take out a god?
Monkey, you don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, you still don't know why. The assumption was because it was the Hellslayer. Barsimian was a war hero that had foiled many plans of the devils and saved entire cities and nations by simply just being there. And he's always had a massive bounty on his head from the hells, several hundred soul coins. So
As
that's
a
been
man with as many years of life behind him as you do have, you should have. I feel like you would have some insight especially with your line of work, insight into what somebody who's seeking such power would be looking towards.
one other any sort of power way to become a god himself. That's insane. There are unfortunately so many different sources of power in this world. He wouldn't go to the demons most likely. That's exceedingly rare that devils betray and switch sides. That's not in their nature to side with the demons. There's been cases of angels becoming devils.
Yes,
The
the
most
fallen.
famous case of I believe I think it's Zariel, was a diva one directly below a god, went to the
Mhm.
hells to fight the devils, and then saw that the blood war was happening, and was like, "Hey, if we kill all the devils, the demons will. You can't kill all the demons; they just keep coming.
They just
pop
appear.
They appear into existence in the abyss from the void and start attacking, and the
They
blood
would
war
disrupt
is
the balance. pretty much.
literally the only thing keeping the demons from killing everything else in the universe.
Mhm.
So she joined the devils in fighting the eternal blood war and became a devil over time.
Mhm.
But
yeah.
there's never been a case of that going in the other direction. He rolled low. There's no one thing he can really think of. He lists off a couple different like ancient like wish spells, but wishes aren't enough to defy a god.
I have one last question.
Yes.
I have an. What if he sought to use some of the try to re, try to reignite the war,
The blood war is already going.
not the blood war?
Our war, he'd have to reseal off the abyss, and that's been knowledge of that has been sealed. Like, let me. I'll try to start thinking of a way to do that. And you can see he starts holding his head a bit. It's not pleasant.
Not the same way though. But what if he sought try to find a different route?
I understand it took the mad mage 40 years to craft his spell. The devil would have time. I suppose it's a possibility, but again,
Did the mad mage? I can't. This is out of character. Did the mad mage die after he crafted his spell?
he died in the war.
Okay.
He was.
So he died in the war. So it's confirmed he died.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it's a conspiracy.
What about if he tried to seek out how to summon the heat?
The soul of the mad mage.
Perhaps.
Or maybe he used the clone spell.
Oh God.
That's a rare one. Very different.
He was mad.
He was mad, but he was not stupid.
And I feel the best. I feel like the best case right now.
I believe there would still be a both a heavenly and demonic price. So when the abyss was sealed, what few small influence the deep gods, the eldritch horrors, could still push through, put bounties on his head, ones that no one was crazy enough to take. But once the war became fairly bad, and it was realized it was his fault, some more vengeful gods also put bounties on his head. So I believe those bounties would still exist if he was still around.
Knowing the arrogance of the devil, there's many things that he could be seeking.
Whichever being holds his soul, if it was not obliterated in vengeance, is certainly not telling.
But considering the
I have another
now
question.
disappear.
If one was trying to
start first.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, but now since the Hellslayer can technically hide his presence, he could technically enter into those domains without being seen.
Oh, that's he'd have to get past the divine gate, which blocks the gods from appearing in our world, and beings of the hells and the abyss from going through to the divine realm. And only the most powerful of beings can do that.
So he's probably just
like our best bet currently is to seek out this enchanter.
Yeah.
Road trip.
I'm stealing a bit of that from the Critical Role universe where the Divine Gate keeps. So I don't have to It's like, oh, a god. Once it gets crazy enough, a god could just appear in the prime material plane and start smiting.
I feel
entire
like
cities.
to do a god for them to enter the material plane, it would cost them a great portion of their power.
Yeah.
Just to enter the plane.
Yep.
Okay. I feel I have one final question.
Yep.
There's one other idea I have. What if he was if he was wanting to try to reignite some of the like use some of the weapons that were produced.
Mm-hmm. Well, he'd only have until he ran out of ammo.
Well, that we're assuming that he isn't seeking out ones that were not used.
Perhaps he'd have to find a way to make a new type of ammo.
Well, I was going to say, who knows what weapons the Hells produced that they had yet to use when the war ended?
He make a perception check or an insight check.
21.
He narrows his eyes for a split second, but you only just catch it. But he quickly puts on his normal, calm, professional look. Goes back to sipping his wine.
I'm saying that the Hells, they produce some horrific machines, horrific contraptions. However,
Yes.
we aren't sure if they employed all of them during the war.
Oh, they still use. So our weapons that we created were based off of weapons created for the Blood War. So they still make all of their weapons, but they use them to kill the demons.
But I'm saying there may be some that are held back that he's going to use. He may be trying to take.
Perhaps. That would be quite the treasure to find.
And with his ability to hide from his own kind, it would make such a task many times easier.
Well, that's neither here nor there. I believe I've answered enough questions for the work done.
Yes.
And I have work to do. And your DM is tired and hungry.
I have one final question.
No.
What is your first name?
You said you have
Marco.
one final question.
What is your
four
first?
times.
What is his first name again?
Marco.
It's Marco. Marco Zambini.
Why do you hide in such a tiny office?
It's cozy. I like it. This is my favorite bar that I own. People who it's like, I have a nice home, I have my nice stuff, but sometimes I like to work in private and be able to get a drink whenever I want to.
Well, I'll be off. Good luck to you.
Yep.
And I hope your future endeavors fail.
God, you're an asshole.
He's
really
a fucking criminal.
We're gonna end it here.
Yep.
Yay.
Okay.
And I need to go get food.
right.
Don't
Are you guys
just
gonna
send
be
us
able-
that shield thing later.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
work on that. I want to figure out some stuff about it. Are you all gonna be available
Next weekend?
Saturday?
Yeah.
I'm gonna toss. What was his name? The